Hey, it's Larry Gonzales with your Mortgage Market Minute. What's going on with our housing market? We got a housing report from August that came out. We have just a lot of volatility. As I have been saying for months now, keep our seatbelt on because the roller coaster ride of rates it's so fast and furious, up and down. There's a lot going on. Before I go on though, please like, comment, or subscribe on my YouTube page. Well, prices are kind of settling down. They are settling down. Inventory is actually down right now, and that's no surprise. It's usually down in the month of August, certainly the month of September and October, as we've gone through and completed the PCS season, this season when most people move anyway because school started. And then rates have been going up and down. Last week we were high fours, and then we got into, by the end of the week, we were into the low sixes. And now we're kind of back in between, and we can expect to see that as we continue to move forward. On Wednesday, the European Central Bank, they raised their version of their Fed funds rate by 75 basis points. That's the biggest hike they've had since 1999. Their equivalent of their 10-year treasury has been negative for, as long as I've been a loan officer. And they actually went into the positive range with this rate hike. So that's kind of sending shockwaves through the world economy, and kind of one of the reasons why our rates are not going down as much as they should is because, hey, we're looking across the pond and we're seeing that their central banks are raising their equivalent of the Fed funds rate. So we got that going on, and then we also have Jerome Powell speaking yesterday, echoing what all of his Fed heads have been saying the last couple of weeks and saying, hey, the Fed is going to stay tough and they're going to continue to raise the Fed funds rate to bring inflation down. That news in itself should be good for interest rates for mortgages, because obviously the goal is to bring down inflation. However, if they keep talking like they've lost control, well, nobody wants a boss who's scared. All right, you got to take action. You got to have a plan. You got to move forward. And I am not convinced, and I think the rest of our market is not convinced that they do have a plan other than to let's raise rates. I think that's one of the reasons why interest rates kind of have not really stabilized, or at least started to come down gradually, is because we're kind of wondering, hey, Fed, do you really know what you're doing? Do you have a plan? That's all we want. Don't be scared. Go with the plan, and you adjust, obviously, as necessary, because what is a plan? All right, what's Mike Tyson say? Everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the face. I don't know if that's Mike Tyson, but you know what? At least have a plan, and then you adjust. And it just doesn't sound like the plan is anything but raise rates. That, again, doesn't give people like you and me much confidence in them. All right, so anyway, with regards to rates, you just got to keep the seatbelt on. All right, that's basically what I'm saying. We got the housing report for August that came out, the Honolulu Board of Realtors, and it's basically showing almost pretty much what I said. The median sales price for single-family homes, $1.125 million. That is up 7% from last year, but it's just a little higher than what we were last month. The condos actually came down though. They came down, median sales price down to $498,000. So a kind of interesting note, half of the homes that were sold in August, single-family homes, they actually sold below their original listing price. Not so for condos, only 8% sold below their listing price. So, and why is that? Well, it's because condos are much more affordable. People can afford a $500,000 condo. A $1.1 million home that's a lot more risk, and so people are they're not taking as much risk. So those houses are staying on the market a lot longer, and sellers are getting kind of scared. So, and they want to sell their home because maybe they're trying to buy a home, on the mainland. So they are bringing down their prices. We had a big drop year over year in sales, down 314 sales and just over 500 sales for condos. That's about almost 25% lower than last year. And really that is in line with where we were at with the number of sales pre-pandemic. And what does that mean? That just means the market is kind of coming back to normal. The craziness of COVID and ultra low interest rates and the massive appraisal clauses, I think that era is in the past now. We got to go back to where we were before. That's kind of where People like me and realtors earn their living, and people are a little more cautious with the money spend that they're going to have, and that's a good thing too. So where else do we see months of inventory? Months of inventory has increased 0.6% from last year. Last year we were at 1.1 months of inventory, which was about the lowest we've ever seen. I think we got down to 1% actually for single family homes. Now we're at 1 month. Now we're at 1.7 for single family homes, up to 1.8 for condos. All right, we're still not in a balanced market with regards to inventory. We need to get to about 4 to 6%, 4 to 6 months of inventory before we're at a balanced market. But we're not quite there yet. Average sale prices, home prices, single family homes up 1.9%, up to 1.34 million, and in 547,000 is the average sales price for condos, which is actually down 11% year over year. So again, condo prices stable, and then single family homes starting to come down a little bit. We did get CoreLogic come out this week with their July numbers. They actually show the first decline in prices for the month of July, just down 0.3%, but still first decrease in sales prices or median sales price for single family homes in the month of July. We're still up 15.8% year over year. They predicted for the month of August will be at 0.3% that when those numbers come out, and are projecting 3.8% appreciation year over year for the 3.8% appreciation for the rest of the year. So that's still positive, right? That's kind of more in line with what is normal in our housing market. And of course, 3.8%, that's not a lot, but on $1 million home, it is, and it adds up. So just that's kind of where we're at. That's a projection going forward, and I think that's a pretty accurate one. Less than 5% appreciation the rest of the year. What does all of this mean for you as a buyer? I tell you what, my buyers are having a tremendous amount of success right now getting their offers accepted. Key is to know what the actual value of the home is and ask for a seller credit. Right? That's going to help pay your closing costs, so less money out of your pocket, and also help buy your rate down, which is also a good thing because it will save you money. And the seller, it helps everybody. The seller gets their house sold. It's better than having a $10,000 or $15,000 seller credit for a seller. That's a lot better than having to drop the price $20,000 or even $50,000 to get the house sold. So everybody wins in that situation. I'm seeing that a lot, and there's several realtors out there who I know are using that tactic for their buyers and for their sellers, and it's really helping them out. So you just need to kind of change your tactics as you're in this market, and that we're no longer in an appraisal clause. I haven't seen an appraisal clause in forever. All right, so that's a good thing for buyers because that's putting a lot of risk. That's a gamble, and now you're gambling on home prices continuing to appreciate. But also at the bottom line is you're buying a home, you're putting a roof over your head, and you're not paying somebody else a mortgage. You're paying yourself. You're paying your mortgage, which is again a good investment over the course of time. So that's about all I have for you this week. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And also, we have a seminar this Saturday, 10 a.m. virtual, and it's Hawaii Standard Time. Best seminar on the planet, hands down. So anyway, have a great week. Aloha.